everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 90. 90. We're getting close, getting close. Been
I
saying
think
it
it's eight
for
nine.
what?
Is it eight
89?
nine?
Oh, this is episode 89.
Yeah. Jumping the gun.
Jumping the gun. I got too excited. I was gonna say 10
Didn't
more
double
until
check.
10 more until 100, like a nice even number, but well, I guess I'll
Next week.
I'll save that intro for next week. Hopefully everyone's having a great week. We'll talk a lot about the MLB trade deadline that happened. That the deadline was on Monday, and it popped off. Like I think we
Yeah.
ended last week's episode talking about Tarek Skubal and where he was gonna go, and literally I think what less than 24 hours after we recorded it.
Yeah, I think he was like the first one. The
Yeah.
first,
It happened Saturday night. I don't know if we
yeah,
recorded Friday
it
night.
was the day we uploaded the episode on Saturday was the day he got traded. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we would have waited 2 more hours or whatever, but it all worked out and then just all the dominoes fell into place for all these teams. So um and then if we get to football, we'll get to football, but I don't know how long these trades are gonna last. Hall of Fame game. Football is just around the corner. So excited. So can't wait. But yeah, on to the trade deadline. Noah started off with Skubal going to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'll try to go through not spend too much time on each trade unless it's like a huge major prospect or something. A lot of them not major prospects except for maybe a couple of them. But yeah, Taras Skubal to the Dodgers. Not the biggest haul that people were expecting for the Tigers to get back. But like we had talked about last week, we weren't really expecting a huge haul or a huge prospect in there because he's on technically considered a rental because it's his last year and then
Yeah.
he's a free agent. Which if the Tigers had made the decision last year to trade him, they would have got probably a bigger prospect, one of the top prospects most likely for Skubal. But
Yep.
they got Zaire Hope, who looks like a really good outfielder. I think he's still like 22, I think. And he looks really good. River Ryan's been around for a long time. I think he's 28, but or something like he's up there in his 20s, but he's still someone who could probably be a good, if not starter, bullpen guy. And then Brady Smith, he's like in single A or something right now. So we'll just have to see what happens with Brady Smith. But Zaire Hope, kind of the main guy here, an outfielder for the Tigers, who also just called up their top uh, outfielder prospect, um, Max Clark.
Max
So,
Clark, yeah.
and he had a good couple games. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that
And
was the
then
biggest trade or
yeah,
biggest name to be traded.
before we move on, Skubal already pitched for the Dodgers and they lost. So
Yeah,
um and I
I,
don't know if the Dodgers are winning tonight, but the Dodgers are on a crazy 10 game losing streak, 7 game losing
yeah,
streak.
they got
So
swept. They got swept by the White Sox and someone else. I can't remember who it
Cubs,
was. Yeah, the Cubs. Um, And yeah, I mean, I don't know what their losing streak is now, but yeah, I know that they had lost six in a row. 'Cause I saw that also when Scooble pitched. They got swept that series. So,
the Dodgers are
um,
winning top of 9, so they could snap it. Snap the
hey,
streak.
bound to happen.
Yep.
Um, but next, Adley Rutschman, kind of a surprise trade.
Yep.
He still has a couple years on his contract, so I don't think many were expecting him to get traded. Also, he's been out for most of the year with an injury. But Samuel Basalero, I think his name is for the Orioles. He was their big catching prospect um, outside of Rutschman before Rutschman came up. He was in their second catching prospect there. He's looked great. So kind of just, let's give him a fresh start, see what we can get for him. Like we said with Scooble, Tigers messed up not getting rid of him a year earlier to get more back. Um, so the Orioles cutting ties with 2 years, I believe, on his contract for Rutschman. So they got two pitchers, and then three players, another catcher, an outfielder, and two good pitchers. I think one of the pitchers is a top 100 prospect. Um, So I mean, it was a good haul back, especially for Rutschman, who hasn't really been producing, especially offensively last year. He didn't look that great. Um, so we'll see how it pans out. Kind of just to see what happens with the Red Sox and him, because catching for the Red Sox hasn't been very good the past few years.
Yeah, I also think I think a lot of Oriole fans were pretty devastated that they were trading Rushman. I mean, uh, like when they drafted him, he was like one of the biggest stars, and like they had a back-to-back drafts where they had like the number one pick and they just started
Yeah.
drafting all these good prospects that I don't know. They just traded Adley. So it's like are they now rebuilding again? Like it felt like they were super close and then now it's just okay, we're gonna start the process over again.
Yeah, Ali was the guy.
Yeah.
He was the main piece that everyone thought the Orioles were going to build around. Like you said, he was the number one pick, and then obviously all those other drafts after him, they had high picks also. So when he came up, and then they had those 2 good years in a row for the Orioles, and now like you said, they kind of fallen off again. So I think it's mainly because they are a young team. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I mean, 28 years old now. Doesn't really feel like he's been there
Damn,
that long,
28.
um, but yeah, but like the prospect I said, number two prospect for the Red Sox, number four prospect, both of those were the pitchers, and then the outfielder Andy Azokar was number five. So they got three of the top five prospects from the the Red Sox for Rushman, but a great
Crazy.
haul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, Luis Arias goes to the Phillies, and he's looked really great for the Phillies. Uh, right now, I don't think he's struck out once. He's played like 4 games for them, and he's already hit like 2 home runs, and he's looked great. He's looked great for them. But Phillies gave up, probably surprisingly, they gave up one of their best pitching prospects, Ramon Marquez. I didn't think the Giants would be getting something like that for Luis Arias. I think he was number four in their system. I'm
Hmm.
not completely sure. I don't think it says here like the other one, but um, oh yeah, right here number four prospect for the Phillies, 1.68 ERA. So that's great for the Giants needing pitching
Pitching.
help and prospect help because they've had one of the worst
They've been
uh
top bottom five.
since I think you go back to Buster Posey, Lincecum,
Pablo,
Madison Bumgarner. Yeah,
Crawford.
that era was probably, yeah, Crawford and Belt were probably their best prospects in the farm system they've had in a long time, and ever since then. It's been awful. So big rebuilding out there right now for the Giants with the prospect system. I think they brought in like 5 pitchers, and then a few position players to help them. But Luis Arias looks really good for the Phillies right now. So we'll see if the Phillies can make that push at the end to win the division or not.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people saying that Posey saved his job just with the amount of prospects he got back on all these trades that the Giants made. So good for them. And the Wall of Fame was today for all the Giant stars. You got Crawford, Brandon Belt, Joe Panic, and Posey and Pablo. We're all there
Nice.
today. So shout out to them. The good old
Yeah.
days of the Giants.
Yeah. 3 championships in 5 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next, we have Casey Mize going to the Padres. Casey Mize was a huge prospect for the Tigers. Um, I think he might have been top three prospect for them at one point, if not one, especially for pitching. Um, and he looked really good. So surprisingly, he was traded. I think it's just Tigers are just cleaning house at this point. They're going to start probably like bringing up young guys, focusing on that. Maybe retool in the off season, but um, yeah, they have a lot of money spent on some guys like Gleyber Torres, Javier Baez. I don't know when
Yeah.
his contract's up, but he has a huge contract
He
there.
signed like a 10-year, didn't he?
He signed a long one, so I don't know if it was 10, but it was definitely like 7, maybe 6. Um, but yeah, great pitcher for the Padres to get, and not their only pitcher they got either, but great right-hander, 29. So not bad pickup for the Padres,
Yeah.
who with like you said, the Dodgers on a at least a 8 game losing streak, they have a chance to make up some ground, if not try to win the division there for the Padres. And then, like I said, not the only one that they made, only trade. Robbie Ray goes to the Padres. So Robbie Ray for the Giants, I think he had one of the best 3 month last 2 or 3 months. He has like a 1 ERA. Um, he's looked really, really good after a really slow start with some injuries also. 34 years old. But the Giants got two top 10 San Diego prospects. The right-handed pitcher is number 4 prospect in the system, and then Joniel Hernandez, who is a shortstop. I think he's 18 or 19 years old. He looks really good. So we'll see. That's another guy. It's just like we'll find out in 4 years, 3 years how good he actually is. But he's one of those guys that has a chance to be really good too. But Giants retooling that system. They have a lot of good players now. Kevin Gossman to the Cubs. Cubs trying to win the division, win the World Series here. They've looked really good.
Yep.
The thing that they were missing going into the trade deadline was pitching. They wanted to see if they can go and get some pitching, and they went out and got Kevin Gossman, and I don't think I have it on here, um, but I can't remember. Oh, I can picture him. Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes also got traded to the Cubs, so they added two pretty good pitchers. Maybe a 4 or 5 or 4 and 5. So yeah, the Mets got traded Clay Holmes over there. So
Gosman's been pretty solid ever since he left the Giants, so that's how that works.
yeah, but it is like kind of like a rental. Also, I think Gosman the last year of his contract, and then Clay Holmes. I think he's also in the last year, maybe 2 years left on it. Luis Garcia, big trade to the Yankees. Um, they have him playing first baseman Luis Garcia. I just remember him as second baseman, but he's kind of just an infielder. Lefty bat, power bat, get on base. A great bat for the Yankees to get. They did have to give up 4 prospects, 4 pitching prospects. Um, but Yankees are just
Who
they're
needs
just
him?
trying to make it. They're trying to catch the Rays right now. Liam Hicks went to the Rays. Rays trying to keep first in the division. Catcher, first baseman from the Marlins. He's having a great year. He has 14 home runs. He's hitting over 280. He's only 27 years old. So they bring a lefty to that team. Hopefully, uh, he helps them out there. Jose Soriano goes to the Blue Jays. Kind of surprising here. Blue Jays were selling, it seemed like, and then they bring in Jose Soriano to kind of replace Gossman. They did have to give up Arjun Nimala, who is a top 50 MLB prospect. I think he's 43 or 42 in the MLB right now. So that's a big prospect, 20 years old. I remember when he was drafted like 3 years ago. So they gave up a lot for Jose Soriano from the Angels, but Jose Soriano, kind of one of those guys who isn't really appreciated in the league because he plays for the Angels. He's a great pitcher. So I think Blue Jays kind of retooling for next year. Soriano's still only 27 and he's looked really good. So um, they got him for next year. But um, I like it for the Angels. They got Arjun Nimala. I like him. He's only 20 and he's looked great. Freddie Peralta to the Rays. Rays, known for their pitching. Had Freddie Peralta, who, when he was on the Brewers, at least, I don't know how he's been on the Mets, but on the Brewers, insane.
Since
Uh,
he's been on the Mets, it's gone all downhill for the Mets. I
on
think
the
that was like one of the biggest sign that the Mets got this year was Freddie Peralta, and then he's
uh,
just been looking horrible. So I think what I heard is that Peralta goes to the Rays where they have a good pitching staff, so they'll retool him, work on his stuff and get him back to being pretty dominant. So
yeah. So 3 prospects go to the Mets. The best prospect that went, I think, was top 15 center fielder. But I like Freddie. If any team can fix a pitcher, it's the Rays. They're known for pitching prospects, their pitching staff. So if Freddie Peralta can figure it out, that's a scary pitching rotation to have there. And then we'll just go over Luis Castillo to the White Sox. As they make a push to the playoffs, they add a starter who Luis Castillo hasn't been great, but he has been one of the top pitchers in the past, what, 10 years. He's been really good, so he can kind of figure it out there. Then he'll be great addition for the White Sox. Um, Haliot Ramos to the Yankees. So the Giants send Ramos, who it was looking like he was the most likely to get traded out of everyone there. Um, so shout out to Ramos that when came back, he had a really
Yeah.
good year. Um,
Yeah, I remember when
uh,
Ramos was at the San Jose Giants when I was working there. Like he came up through the system for the Giants, so sad to see him leave, but hey, go play with the Yankees, man. Go hit bombs. Yankee Stadium.
yeah, Ramos really good at the plate defensively, below average, but the Yankees are just looking for offense at this point. Especially I think with Judge has been out, Stanton always out, unfortunately, and Cody Ballinger has been out. So they're kind of just bringing in people to replace these guys. We don't know the timetable on some of the returns. So, um, yeah, but the Giants get the number five pitching prospect or number five prospect for the Yankees, the right-handed pitcher, and then their number 13. So a pretty good return there also. Ramos only 26, so we'll see how he does with the Yankees. Um, and then another surprise, Marcelo Meyer to the Giants. So this is kind of a lower tier move, but Marcelo Meyer was a top 10 prospect in the MLB 2 years ago. Uh, he was one of the more hyped prospects, not only for the Red Sox, but in the MLB. So he's kind of had a tough year, but if he turns it around, you can see one of these guys, like this guy on the Giants, he can be one of the great players on the team. All they had to give up was Eric Miller, I think, and then a center
That guy
fielder. But
sucks. Talk about the most hated person in the office from the guys.
yeah, and so they gave up Eric Miller and then an outfielder, Carlos Gutierrez. So um, yeah, it's kind of just this. Let's see what we can get out of him. He's only 23 years old, and he was a number four pick in 2021. So we'll see how he
Crazy.
does. But it just took, a reliever and then some guy that no one's ever heard of. So there were a lot more trades, but they were a lot smaller. Those were the main ones.
It's
Um,
crazy. It popped off.
yeah, yeah, and all those trades happened. Other than Scooble, happened on August 1st. All these other ones happened on the trade deadline within the same hour or 2 hours. So a lot of crazy, a huge flurry at the end of the deadline right there.
Yeah. It's probably that's why everyone likes the MLB trade deadline. A lot of moves happens. A lot of the great teams, the top five teams, just trying to improve for the playoffs. So that's why you see all these crazy trades go down. And you know, most of all the trades that we talked about, it's literally the top 5 to 10 teams in the league right now. Like everyone going for the World Series. You got the Dodgers, Red Sox, Phillies, Padres, Cubs, Yankees, Rays. You know, they're all
Yeah.
fighting for the playoffs. So,
Yeah, a lot
um,
of the main ones. The Brewers made a few trades, a few pitchers they added, but I think Dustin May
nothing.
was one of them, but
Yeah,
nothing huge. The big disappointment. A lot of people wanted to go get Scooble or go get Gossman, someone like that, but they did bring in Dustin May, who personally I like Dustin May, but he does struggle with injuries and he can be kind of wild and give up runs, but he has some crazy stuff if he's healthy.
yeah,
But yeah, next we'll talk about some basketball. Kind of little deja vu going on here with Kawhi Leonard.
yeah.
So some news broke today, I think this morning or no, yesterday.
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday morning that Pablo Torre, who broke the original news of him getting paid under the table, um,
through a
I kind of
sponsorship.
yeah, through a sponsorship by I think Aspiration was the
Yeah,
name or
something like
something.
that.
But yeah, they broke the news that he was getting paid like $28 million outside of his contract to them from the Clippers so he can uh, make more money to circumvent the cap. They can go around the cap. And it came out that a second I guess technically endorsement sponsorship was used also
This one's
through
crazy.
their scoreboard manufacturer.
Yeah.
So Daktronics, they use Daktronics to pay Kawhi to get around the cap, so he get paid more outside of his already max contract, I believe.
Yeah.
So um, obviously that's against the rules. That's not allowed. Also, I don't know if it was today that it came out, was that apparently Kawhi and it stated Kawhi and his team asked the Lakers to do the same thing for him, um, to get more money outside of the cap, and they declined, and they also said that this is against the rules. We were not going to do that. Um, so very interesting to see what happens. I don't know, like, what they're gonna do. Obviously, the Raptors trade that happened earlier the year, or last month for Ingram and all that stuff, a few other
Yeah.
players and picks, for Kawhi to go to the Raptors will most likely get rescinded. It hasn't technically gone through yet, but will most likely be that won't happen anymore. We'll see if Kawhi is even going to be in the league anymore.
Yeah.
This might be kind of the nail in the coffin for Kawhi. He's going to be done. We'll see how the Clippers even get uh,
Mhm.
punished for this. I don't even know what's gonna like. This is crazy. I don't think this has happened before.
Yeah, yeah, at least have to get fined, which doesn't really matter. Like Ballmer's like top five richest guys in the world. Um, and or you're just gonna have to lose draft picks because that's insane. Like no other team is doing this. This is why it's illegal. And they had two companies funding for Kawhi Leonard, which is you know, the jersey patch I think was aspiration, and then this just everything that I saw about this, it was just a Kawhi on all the scoreboards on like TikTok and Instagram. It was just his face plastered on the round one that goes around the arena. So it's pretty funny to see that, just all the memes that people were posting. But man, they have to. Adam Silver has to come down on the Clippers for doing this because just the amount of money that Kawhi got paid from these two sponsorships, just insane. So, but you never know. It's the NBA. They some team does something wrong and then they just get a slap on their hand and then that's it. They move along. So,
Yeah, so he was already making $50 million a year, not including the 28 million he was going to get from Aspiration, and then they didn't say how much he was getting for uh, the Daktronics one, but it was still multi-million-dollar money. So I just don't understand the reasoning behind this. I think it's just like it's like the article or whatever the thing I saw before, where if they asked the Lakers for it, if that's true, like what is that just for his team? It says Kawhi and his team asked, but was Kawhi actually involved?
yeah.
Uh, According to the thing I saw, it was that they told his uncle no, so I don't know if that includes Kawhi. Um,
Just a
a lot of
big
stuff about Kawhi's
mess.
uncle also, previous years where he's been involved in a lot of stuff like that for contracts and causing a lot of problems. So um, it's very interesting. It's just like it's just I don't even know how to like explain it. It just like they're already making $50 million a year. It just comes off like what's the point? Like, you really need to do this.
Yeah, I think I heard that Steve Ballmer just wanted Kawhi to play for the Clippers. They were
Yeah, yeah.
building a new stadium, a lot of hype about, leaving I don't even think it's Staples anymore, but Staples Center, so uh, maybe just to gain more hype that Kawhi's gonna play in your arena, but still, I mean,
I understand
if he doesn't
why.
want to play for the team, just let him be,
I
Just
understand why the Clippers do it, right? Like, because like you said, they get Kawhi. I understand why in their mind they're like, let's just do this or whatever, so we can have Kawhi on our team, even though it's wrong. They're like, we need Kawhi because, like you said, all this other stuff. But like, I just don't understand why. I guess because you can't. You can just because he's Kawhi. He's just like,
but
yeah, I'll
like
play for you, but you have to pay me this extra money. Like, that's so crazy.
also too with Kawhi, like I would say he's past his prime, right? He's getting up there in age. It's not like
Yeah, I
we're
think it's
seeing
35 now.
he hasn't played in every single game in a couple years, so it's not like you're getting prime Kawhi. So I don't know. I can't think of a single reason why you circumvent the salary.
It's just like just asking for it. It just blows my mind that you're like, okay, I'm gonna sign this 3 year, $150 million contract. I get paid 50 million a year, whatever it is. But also, I'll only sign this if you pay me 28 more million outside of this contract. Like,
I
I just
can't
don't
see
get it.
Kawhi doing this though. He's just such a quiet guy. He just kind of
Hey,
keeps to himself. So I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
you never know. I don't
he's
know.
a weird guy outside of the off the
Yeah, maybe
court.
it's
But
him, maybe it's his team. Like, I mean, we've seen it with Shohei Ohtani and his
interpret.
interpreter gambling all the money,
Yeah,
gambling Shohei's money away. So I don't know. It's just I mean, it's just greed, I guess. I
yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's just I guess it's just because I mean, maybe because I'm not rich or whatever. Like, I just don't like when I think, okay, we're getting this $150 million contract. Let's just do it.
Yeah, that's enough. So still a
That's
top
enough
player
for
in the
me.
league.
Yeah.
Still getting
Yeah.
paid a lot. So for only
Yeah. I
to
guess
play what 50 games. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, he doesn't even play half the season. So I don't even know if he plays 50 games.
yeah.
But crazy. I mean, we'll see more that comes out on it most likely. How much he got paid from what happens obviously if he's gonna get banned or anything. Which is a very likely thing that can happen. Kawhi might be out of the league. And I don't know if it's serious enough to where Ballmer they're gonna force Ballmer to sell the team even. They
I mean,
might.
uh, you never know. You never know.
We'll see.
Just the last couple things here. We had the NFL Hall of Fame game on Thursday. That was fun. Panthers won on a last minute touchdown over the Cardinals. Usually the Hall of Fame game is like, maybe 14-7 at the end because it's just the third stringers. But they scored 34 points combined at halftime. And then yeah, like I said, the Panthers scored a last minute touchdown. Not even last minute, like last couple seconds, touchdown to win the game. So Heinz
Yeah, walk
King,
off.
remember that name, Noah? Might have to draft him in a couple years once Bryce
Yeah.
Young leaves.
That's
So,
Georgia Tech QB right there.
yep, Georgia Tech.
I remember
I
him.
guess he was the fastest, he ran the fastest 40 on the
Yeah.
combine. So and then we also saw Kenny Pickett. Carson Beck looked really good, surprisingly. So we'll see what the Cardinals do. And the players that got into the Hall of Fame for the NFL this year, I think we mentioned it, but here's the final list. Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, and Roger Craig. Drew Brees' son was there, which was cool to see. The baby that Drew Brees was holding when he won the Super Bowl, that kid was there at Hall of Fame. So he's now a senior in high school, which is super crazy. So.
No. So what's like 15 years ago or whatever. Well, was he a baby or was he like a toddler? I don't remember.
Think he was like a baby. I mean, he was pretty small.
So at the very least 16 or 17 years
Yeah.
since that happened. That's crazy. Um, But yeah, like you said, I guess the most interesting thing to come out of it is Carson Beck. Jacoby Brissett's there. Obviously, he's not the long-term guy. How long does it take for Carson Beck to take over? Um, and if he takes over, is he the guy? So I guess that's probably the most interesting thing to come out. Obviously, you said Heinz King had a good game-winning touchdown. But I mean, other than that, not
That's all I
much.
got. No
Yeah,
defense was played either. I mean, they're
yeah.
giving up points left
I
and
mean,
right. So
it's just you know,
it's a fun
can't be
way
too
to
serious
go out
about it.
there.
Yeah, can't get hurt before the season actually starts.
Yeah.
Unless you're the third stringers. Like that's why he's diving headfirst in for a touchdown to win the game, in a Hall of Fame game.
Yeah. Just trying to make the team.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Could jump Kenny Pickett for the backup job.
That shouldn't be hard.
No,
Shouldn't be hard.
cannot be
Can
that
you
hard.
can you pick at the backup?
Oh, man. The
I
Steelers
don't know
really
if Kenny
thought,
Pickett's a good mentor, like
no, I don't even think he got mentored.
yeah, is it really worth having him blocking up a potential, you know, weapon?
Yeah. So
Taysom
yeah,
Hill. I mean, King can be like a Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill going to the
He
Broncos.
has that look.
He does have that look. Speed, maybe put a few more pounds on.
Yeah,
Taysom Hill's
but
huge. He is
yeah,
kind of built like a tight end, fullback maybe. So that's all I got this week, and we'll cut the episode there since we haven't finished the last couple ones.
yeah,
So hopefully everyone has a great week, good weekend. Football is coming up very shortly. 3 more weeks, 4 more weeks. So, oh, actually, in a month, season starts on September 9th. So we got a month until the first game, mock drafts coming, pick 'em videos. So all good stuff.
yep.
All right, we'll see you next time. Episode 90, not this one, but the next one.
Next one. Next one's 90 for sure.
Next one, yeah.